Hey everybody, my name is Heather, the Crochet Witch, and this is the Hooks and Broomsticks Crochet Podcast number 7. Yeah, number 7. Today is officially February 4th, 2020, because it's after midnight, and this will probably be uploaded before you guys wake up, but it's still Tuesday, February 4th. Yeah. So after quite the hiatus again, I'm back. And trying not to say too terribly much anymore, but we'll see how that goes. So where to begin? Just to get it out of the way really quickly, I did, for any of you guys that have been listening to previous videos that know about my my health issues, I think they've been taken care of. We'll see. But I ended up opting to have the full hysterectomy, and they think that everything's good. I'm gonna have to go have another check or whatever, and then they said after that it's every year for the next couple years I have to still have the PAP even though I had the surgery, and then if that's all good, then it'll be every like 5 years or something. So here's hoping that this was the end of everything as far as that's concerned, because yeah. But thank you, I said it before, but I really mean thank you so much for all the support and the kind words and just everything. There are some of you guys that have talked to me a lot because I said being like the first 2 weeks I was basically like, the first week I couldn't leave the house like at all, and then the second week I wasn't allowed to drive. We're beginning the third week. I'm allowed to drive. I got cleared Friday, I think. Thursday or Friday. But I still get pretty sore like riding around. Like my incisions aren't healed up. I heal really slow too. So like there's one that was particularly bad. I had 4 incisions, and one of them was particularly like icky. Not icky like it's not infected or anything, but just not fun. It's bad. It's deep. And that's gonna take a while to heal. So I still get pretty sore. So really, like, yes, I can drive, but I drive around like town, and usually later at night when there's not as much traffic and things that I'd have to deal with and stuff. I can stop and I'll, you know, like she pretty much said, if you can stop, if you feel you can slam on the brakes and check your blind spots. Now I can do that, but once I get home, I'm pretty sore. I kind of like, my husband works like thirds, sort of, overnights, thirds, whatever you want to call it. And I have started taking him as lunch again, just, you know, just to be nice and get out of the house a little bit and everything. And he works at Walmart, so, you know, peruse their yarn aisle maybe. I should take you guys with me, right? You want to see my Walmart? Let me know in the comments below if you do want a Walmart trip. I know an awful lot of people have Walmarts. I know an awful lot of people have done Walmart trips. I know an awful lot of people are not thrilled with Walmart. But I guess if you guys want to see like my selection and what we got going on, I'd be happy to show you guys. So yeah, we can do that. I'll take you shopping one of these nights when I go. How about that? Okay, so I think that's all for personal stuff. I'm kind of, I don't know, down about being just home lately. These flowers over here, those are from my friend Erin, who doesn't, I'm 99.9% sure doesn't watch anything that I do video-wise, but if you're watching, thanks Erin. That was really, really sweet of you, and I appreciate it. I love getting flowers anyway, but that was really nice. Yeah, and then just been kind of relaxing. I have been burning my favorite incense, which is, I mean, it's stick incense, but it's Auric Blends, and the flavor, the scent is called One Love. If you guys like incense, I highly suggest. This little package, like, you can get them 10 cents a piece or whatever at one of the local shops here, but I buy them offline in like a bigger package too, because I really love this stuff. It's one of my favorites. It's my favorite as far as, anyway, not the point. So into the yarny stuff. You want to do that now that I've talked for 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes about not yarny stuff, which isn't why you're here. I really want to start with finished objects because in my last podcast I was showing you guys, which was in like November, I think, of last year, 2019, but I was showing you guys squares that I was doing for Sandra Paul's Crochet Along. That was the Cherry Hearts podcast. She was doing a nature walk CAL that was inspired by nature, and I had collected all the Ferris wheels, all the different Ferris wheels, and I decided to use all 12 of those in random orders to make this blanket. I did end up joining with, I know that was like a debate before, but I ended up joining, excuse me, with Karen Simply Soft, Heather Gray, I think it was. I can't remember. And unfortunately, that label's gone. But here's the gray, and here's the detailing. Let me see if I can get one of the hearts to show up really well, because oh my god, her borders were beautiful. Sorry, this blanket has been used and all, so now there's dog hair on it. Can you see that? The fillet. It's a heart right there. How's that? Anyway, so I'm gonna try not to make too much of a ruckus because all 3 of the dogs are finally asleep and they were so energetic today. But if you, I will put the link to my Instagram down below, and if you scroll back a little bit, because I'm a lot more active on Instagram, even when I've been like out, I still post there. So if you guys ever are like, oh, where's Heather? Probably Instagram right now. I mean, I'm around on Facebook, but I don't have like my own group or anything. So here's part of it. And the back side. And here's the inside. It's quite a big blanket. I mean, as you can see, this is the width of it, which is me, and then it's double that, so it's a good size blanket. Because she did it in, I'm pretty sure, like fingering weight yarn, which I don't have a whole lot of, and this just sounded better, honestly, to me, so I went for it. I don't know if you can see it right here, but I have like this, this is a skull, but it's one of many, and it's like a chandelier, and oh my god, my husband hits his head on that all the time, which I always laugh at until I hit my head on it. But there just happened to be, when I moved in here, there was a hanging space there, so there it hung, even though now it's under my desk, sort of, over it. I mean, I'm under it. Anyway, I really wanted to show that off to begin with, even if we don't continue into finished objects, which I think we will, but I wanted to talk about, I didn't do a video of like, oh, these are my goals, or, you know, whatever I want to do for 2020. It's not that so much I guess I do have goals, but they are, as far as yarny goals, they're pretty much I'm following suit with a lot of people. And at first I said, I'm on a yarn ban, I'm gonna work from my collection, I'm going to work it down because I have a lot. When you guys have seen the yarn behind me in other videos, that's not the extent of how much I have. I mean, that was like maybe the extent, that wasn't even the extent of all my Hobby Lobby craziness. Anyway, I have a lot to work through. So, but if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not going to not buy any more yarn for the whole year. My willpower's not that strong, especially if Hobby Lobby does put up sales. Does Hobby Lobby put up sales once or twice a year like that? Like this last crazy clearance was, and I think it was at like this end of the spring that we got. Oh, so much yarn. But anyway, I'm not going to stick with a ban. So I'm on a yarn diet. So I'm going to try to pick and choose, and I'm going to try to work through things. Namely, I decided a really good way to work through things was via doing a lot of CALs and working that stuff through Stash. So, that being said, some of the finished objects that I can now show you. I really wanted to do this for the longest time. I bought the pattern when she released it. Hannah at Cozy Cottage Crochet. She designed this a while back, and it's called the Nihilist Cowl. And I love her reasoning for naming it that, because I'm a big Star Wars nerd also. And Nihilus is, I don't know if he's Sith or if he's just an Empire. I'm not as knowledgeable as she is, but the fact that that's the reasoning for her naming it like that, I loved it. So I finished that in time for the chronically crocheting. She's doing a crochet along every month. It's something different, and then there's like a small prize, and I'm not doing it for the prizes. I'm doing it for the accomplishment, and I'm doing it to, like I said, work through my collection and all that. You can use scraps or like one skein kind of thing, which this didn't even take a full skein, but I had Lion Brand's Amazing Lace, because this calls for one skein of like a fingering weight yarn. And I don't know if you can see how beautifully blue this is. This is my favorite color of blue. Like, my favorite colors are purple and orange and black, but this would be my favorite color of blue. And like in the back, see, like it tapers in the back also. This is where the back of your neck goes, and then it goes here in the front. And I need to block it because it does curl a little bit, but I mean, I wore it like this. I really like this. It's warm. And this, like, if you guys have never worked with Amazing Lace from Lion Brand and you even remotely like thin yarn, get some of this. I know they sell it at my Myers store. I don't think Walmart has it. Walmart has like Ferris wheel and stuff, but not anything this thin. I mean, they have thin stuff, sorry, but not this. As far as I know, at least mine doesn't. But I went and bought a couple more colors because as I journey to sock knitting, this just feels so soft that hopefully I'm not wrong when I say that I think this would make some amazing socks too. So that is another finished object. And then this one was not for a crochet along, but I really like this color. I don't know what's up with me and blue lately, you guys, but the Zine and Rogers cowl, the granny stripe, which you can't tell because it's one color, but I made it in latte cakes. This is one of this year's latte cakes, and this thing is so soft and so smooth and beautiful. I wore this to work with me when I was still working, and everybody loved it. I actually need to make one for one of the girls at work. But it's beautiful. I will say, when I go to wash it, I think the instructions, I don't have a ball band with me here, but I think the instructions say you can like wash and dry, but you can't dry. I mean, you can, but it will be a mess. Like, a mess. Just trust me on that. I made this pink blanket over here with basically just like any kind of pink fuzzy yarn I could find over the years, like ever since I started crocheting ever. And this right here actually is a latte cake from the first year they had them. Something berry, maybe? And it's, I didn't even dry this for very long. I just wanted to dry it because some of this yarn that I used has got like these white wisps that come off really easy. So I was like, I'll throw it in the dryer and let the dryer kind of pull them out and fluff it up. And no, it did not fluff it up. Do not dry those, please. Anyway. Let's see. I'm already at 15 minutes. Good grief. Okay. So then I did the mandala cowl from Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. I showed you guys a preview of it, but it's finished. If you guys can see that, hopefully you can see it and hear me. It does ruffle a little bit, so I was kind of considering taking, oh no, Abby's awake. If she comes out here, she's camera shy too, but she's the little troublemaker and gets everybody else riled up. Anyway, I was considering taking like, I don't have enough of this gray left, because I got that on like Walmart's clearance at one point, but I was considering taking a gray and trying to square it off, you know, or rectangle it off. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but I might. I thought maybe that would like flatten down the ruffles and stuff. And if not, I can always take it out, right? But it is a finished object because right now it's done. And I really loved the colors. Most of these were Red Heart yarns. They're just, again, this was all from my collection. So I just picked out a rainbow and was like, let's do this. And at first I wasn't really sure I would love it, but I love it. I really, really do. And then Crochet Creations by Christy and Christy Cook from Tea Doddles have joined together to do, they have a Facebook page called the Happy Scrappy Crochet Along, I think. I'll list it. But every month they're switching off. January was something Christy Cook did, and Crochet Creations by Christy will do, she's about to announce February's if she hasn't already. I don't think she has, but she's about to. And you have a month, and then, you know, they draw like a little prize. Again, I'm not doing any of this for the prizes, but I just want to get rid of some yarn and make some stuff and all that. So, but the theme for January was spa. Yeah, it was a spa day. So you can make like anything, like spa masks. You can make the headbands to hold your hair. You could make face scrubbies. You could make bath poofs. Some people made bath poofs. Mostly cotton stuff, but I mean, like the headbands wouldn't have had to have been, or the eye masks wouldn't have had to have been. But anyway, washcloths, all that kind of stuff. People made, and there were some really cool ones. I decided to use, I had most of a ball that I'd gotten from Goodwill of this really cool color, and I decided to, I use cotton rounds to do like toner on my face in the morning and at night, and then I tend to use like the water stuff to remove makeup on cotton rounds also. So instead of like contributing to continually buying them, not wasting them, because I mean I use them, but I'm saying like continually throwing them away and, you know, all that, adding to the garbage, I decided to make some. So I'm gonna end up making more of these, but this is what I got from one skein. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I got 7 small ones, and they're just, you know, I didn't like get a pattern from anywhere, they're just random single crochet around a magic circle and all that. But I got 7 of those that I figured would be good just for toner, you know, like on my face here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of they're bigger, so you can see the size difference here. And I figured these would be better for the makeup removal and stuff like that, because they go like over your whole face. Like, and I think I've worn makeup on camera before. I'm sure you guys have seen it on my Instagram, but like, because I'm goth, well, it's not because I'm goth, because I mean, some goths don't even wear makeup. Anyway, that's a whole nother road that I'm not going to get into, but because of my style of goth, when I do makeup, I do like really dark, really, you know, flamboyant, I guess, eyes and glitter and all that. So like I can take those makeup wipes and just fill a whole wipe just from my eyes, like not my lipstick, nothing else. So yes, they'll probably get stained up a little bit. That might all wash off. I'm not really sure because I've never used reusable ones, but I'm gonna give these a go. Let's see. I think that might be all of the finished object crochet alongs. No, it's not. One moment. I was very proud to have found these. Somebody had linked them on the Yarn Joy podcast Facebook page. I need to link all. You're gonna have a big long list of links once this gets uploaded and I edit it from my computer. But there is a crochet along that is in English and I think like Danish, and it's numerical filet crochet. And the idea is to do a square month. Like if you had signed up for the newsletter in January, I should have put this video out before the end of January for you guys. But if you'd signed up for that, in the newsletter you would get a PDF. And what she does is every month she does a square. Then she does a design for a strip made from the same, which you can probably figure it out. Because I mean, like if the design one month was a snowman, then the strip of them is snowmen. So, you know, you guys are great. You'll figure it out. But, and then the other one is like a blanket. So like the snowmen would be like all snowmen. And then the words, like I think the January words were like let it snow or something. So that was incorporated into one whole afghan. So you can do all of them, or in the blog, which I will link, she puts out for free still the squares. But I think you have to pay for the PDF if you want the others. It's just, anyway, I hope you can see these because it's filet crochet and I was using scraps. You can see him. That's the snowman for January. And this was done in, if I remember right, this was Red Heart. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. I lied to you guys. This is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, but it's the glitter one, which probably isn't going to show up very well. But that was January's. And then February's just came out, which is a pretty little heart, like a double heart. I really, really like this one, and I kind of think when I get a little more time, when I finish up a few more things, I'm going to do the strips also, because I just thought it would be a good idea. But this is slightly smaller, but I think in stretching it out, or if I try to block it, I think it'll be okay. But this is Karen Simply Soft Party or whatever, Karen Party, with the sparkles in it also, which I doubt you can see. And then this around the border, because literally I ran out, you can probably see it from the back a little better, one stitch in, I ran out of this stuff, and I didn't have anything else, like any more of it, any other scraps of it. That was it that I could find. I have scrap balls of yarn in like 4 different places, so it's a lot, but I don't think I have any more. Anyway, so this was like, I don't even know if you can get it anymore, because yeah, I know you can get like the Red Heart, the shimmer and stuff, but when I was a kid, my grandma got this kind of stuff, and I think I inherited like 1 ball of red and 1 ball of green, but it's like red with red sparkles in it, and it's kind of twisted. I don't know the name of it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about. And the other one was green with like silver twisted through it. But it is not the Red Heart shimmer that you can get now. But anyway, so I thought that would make a cute border with it. So that's my square for February. Now I think that is all the completed objects for the crochet alongs that I can think of at this moment. I'm getting very parched. One moment. Sorry. Oh, no, what I'm wearing is another, this is called the Copenhagen Cowl. It's by Fiberflux. I will add that also down below if you like this. But yesterday, technically 2 days ago, since technically it's Tuesday now, was the Super Bowl. And whether you watched or not, I don't know, but I always watch it. Like, my team's the Steelers, but they weren't in it. And I watch it even when they're not. But Crochet Creations with Christy. I happened to, right as kickoff was happening, I happened to see her video, and she was doing this as like a challenge, like a cast on or whatever for Super Bowl. And if you want to get in on this, I think she is doing a drawing for it on Valentine's Day, if I remember right. But yeah, Valentine's Day, I'm almost positive. Anyway, you're meant to start it and work on it during the Super Bowl with her, because that's what she did also. So this was made in Lion Brand Shawl and a Ball, and the colorway is Feng Shui Gray. Feng Shui Gray. And this is all I had left, which, I mean, I know it's classified as a number 4. It's, in my opinion, not a number 4. As you can see, maybe the strand of it, like maybe with the halo fuzz, it's like the thinnest 4 ever, but I wouldn't even say it is then anyway. But it's worked in a long tube, so I'm gonna look funny taking this off, but I loved the color gradient, and I had 1 ball of this, so I figured I'd just go for it. But can you see how long this is? You can't even get it all on camera. But you see how it goes, like, down here is the light, and then it goes to gray and to black, and then back again. And for being such a thin yarn, and this being like a lacy pattern, this is warm. I really love this cowl. I'll be making more of them. Maybe in Shawl and a Ball. I'll see if I have any rogue skeins. I think I have at least 1 more in like that corally color. So that might be in my future. But I love this cowl. Now I think that is all the finished objects for the crochet alongs. I have some other finished objects that I'll try to cover quickly. Okay, so, you remember during Vlogmas, which I failed at miserably, I was trying to knit these blocks that I had been knitting when I first learned to knit, like before I ever crocheted and all that, in like what I call my Muppet yarn, because each different color reminds me of like the purple reminds me of the Count, and the orange reminds me of Bert and Ernie, because it's got like orange and yellow in it, and there's like an Oscar the Grouch one. I mean, it's not obviously branded as a Muppet one, but it just reminds me of it, so I'm making like my Muppet blanket. But when I was going through the bag, which is in my favorite bag ever, which is the Muppet bag, which I wish I had out here to show you guys, but I wasn't planning to talk this much about that blanket. Anyway, when I was going through it, I found I really like that yarn, so I was trying different things, especially like when I was knitting with it. And I found a scarf that I had started, but I didn't want to finish it. Like, I was making my own pattern, but you can see it if you're like up close. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but I really liked it. I didn't want to like frog it. I put a lot of work into it when I did do it back in the day, but I decided to make this into a cowl. And so I don't know, I mean, if you can see, like, I did like a rib here and like a rib here, and then I did ribs down this way, and then here's more ribbing, and the rest is in like garter stitch. Yeah, I don't know if you can see any of that, but I really like this. It's really warm. It's not like the softest yarn ever, but I do really like this yarn. It's warm yarn, for sure. So that's a finished object that I got done. And then I wanted to make slippers, and my very best friend ever wanted slippers. These are not big enough for him, and he wanted pink and black to match the hat that I had made him. But they were my first pair, so be kind. But I made slippers. You may like the yarn more than the actual slippers, but this is Hobby Lobby's prints. I can't remember the name of it, but these are called like Moroccan slippers. They fit my feet just fine. Just his feet. I have big feet, but his are bigger than mine. So I'm trying to make them so they sit up so you get some kind of idea. Like, they're just kind of house slippery. I mean, they're warm and they're very colorful, obviously, and they're functional, and I really like them. And now that I've shown them to you guys, I'll probably actually honestly wear them. But slippers, I got done. And okay, so this was not a crochet along, but it is a finished object. I showed a couple of my friends from here, and they had agreed that they had seen something at least similar, so I thought that I was making up like my very own design, and maybe not, maybe, because like when I looked it up, I did see similar, but not the exact. You guys can tell me maybe if you've seen the exact, but in making it, I thought that I had come up with something. I really thought I did, and I was really proud of it. And I have a ton of cupcake yarn that I got on clearance at Meijer's again this fall, I think. Summer, fall, sometime in there. So I made what I have deemed my dragon tail shawl, sorry, which is an asymmetrical shawl. See the little dragon? Like that's his. But it's just like an asymmetrical triangle shawl, or scarf, I should say. I actually was working on, see, over the other one, but I really like it. See? I know you probably think I'm crazy, but I really like it, and I'm working on the shawl version of this. And this cupcake yarn was Lion Brand Cupcake, and I think it's called hot air balloons, or just balloons, maybe carnival balloons, something like that. Yeah. I have 2 more balls of it though, so I gotta do something else with it too. But what have you guys made with cupcake yarn and mandala yarn? Oh my god, I have mandala yarn for days, years. I have so much mandala yarn. That is all my finished objects, I'm pretty sure, that I had to show you. Let's see. Works in progress. I started, again, from all the Hobby Lobby clearance that I had. I had a bunch of orange yarn, of the jumbo, the chunky. I love this yarn, chunky. And this color, if I remember right, it's Spice. And I'm using, if I can get it back out of here, I'm using my Susan Bates bamboo handle, which is my favorite. I have a whole set of these. I love these so much. This is an L hook that I'm using with it. And this is like the biggest, it's like all half double crochet. And it's like the beginning of a super huge blanket. And I have some other yarns besides this. Like this is, what I just showed you was, I'm starting my 6th ball of yarn. And I think I had 12 of those all together, so they'll be like that, and a stripe at the top of the orange. And then I have some chunky, it's all chunky, it's all 5-weight yarn. But I have like a deep olive green. I have like a fuzzy brown. I'll show you all the colors later when I get a little more, because that's going to be a reoccurring whip, I'm quite sure. But I like working on it, and honestly, after I work on some things, I go back to that because I really like, it relaxes me, because it's just half double crochet, 200 down, L hook, just nothing special, but it's going to be cozy. And then you guys remember me failing at the ice yarn challenge. I know you said I didn't fail, and that was really sweet of you. And I mean, I suppose I did at least try, like Fiber Spider said in my video about it when he commented on my videos. I'm a huge fan, still fangirling. Anyway, I got that ball finished, and this is what's left of this one. It would have been way done, but then like literally I was like, well, I have a while to get that done now. I need to work on this. And then I started all these other crochet alongs. So, but look how long this, and I will again link this Potter and Bloom pattern that Zach Stout also did, so it isn't just me doing it, but let's see. It is ridiculously long. You can see there's still all this room. I really love this thing. I love it so much. Like, oh, okay, that's a look. I didn't make any progress on the Halloween shawl that I showed you guys, but I have to Halloween, so that's gonna be an ongoing thing. And the last thing I have to show you before I finally shut up is this season of the Granny. Should I just do a different video? I'll do a different video with the who I tag and all that, so I don't, yeah. Anyway, but I had a few granny squares made, but not very many. And I didn't have them as big as I wanted to. But I have this pile of the six round, I don't know why I said ring, granny squares with all the different like yarns. You can, that's remnants of my mile a minute blanket that I showed you guys a long time ago. And then some of these yarns. Do any of you guys know what color Red Heart Super Saver yarn this is? Anybody? I am dying to find out. I'm about to start posting in the groups on Facebook that I'm in just to find out, because this was one that I had from my grandma and I'm in love with this color. In love with it. There's like greenish browns here and like orangey golds and like the reds. It's very, very pretty, but I know that it's a discontinued color because I can't find this anywhere. Not even on, I think it's Mary Maxim that has the discontinued Red Heart colors. I didn't see it. Unless I'm blind. And I will check again, but I didn't see it. Anyway, I have those. And I have a stack, like, I think this is 25 and that's 25, but I need 50 of these. And then I need 25 of the rectangles because I'm gonna do the Yarn Joy podcasts. She's doing like an inspired by blanket of granny squares. So I'm gonna do that, and maybe another granny square project since we have a while and I have time now to do lots of stuff. But anyway, I think that is everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So if you're still around, kudos to you. No, I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate it so much. We're closing in on 300 subscribers. So I have a long ways to go before I hit 1,000 for sure. But hopefully I will gain your trust back and gain new members to our little family community, because I will be around now. I will. But yeah, anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, if you like seeing the stuff that I've done that I love sharing with you guys, if you have any questions or anything, please consider subscribing below and hitting the like button and asking away, comment away, anything that you want to ask about anything I've done, or just whatever. Anything's fine. I mean,